Hello everyone, back tuning in to the 11th Christmas update. So I've done 10 Christmas updates so far, and they've been quite interesting so far. Generally colder updates this year compared to the updates that we've done in previous years, when we've only had a few cold updates through those years. So we've had a lot more cold updates this year than normal. And the last one was very impressively cold, actually. It did set up quite a severe spell, the 10th update that we did on Sunday. Incidentally, I'm keeping all of the updates here on the Christmas Updates page at Gazlovis, so if you want to see previous updates, all you have to do is scroll down the page a bit, and the update is there for you. But we're doing the 11th update tonight. We'll see what the long-range CFS V2 has to say. Will it continue as we had with the 10th update? We have another cold one. Will it show something different? You'll find out in a second. Before I get on with that, just say about the ads at Gazlovis. There's links to articles on all of the pages. If you have a browser widgets and click through the links, you'll be able to pay for the website. Thanks very much for doing that. The Chris shop is open. We opened it on the 1st of December when we did the Christmas update. So if you want to do any Christmas shopping at Amazon between now and Christmas, go through the Amazon banners in the Christmas shop. So to get there, you just click the green button that says Christmas shop. And then once you arrive, you'll be greeted by snowflakes, so you know you're on the right page. And the key to it all, though, is to click through the Amazon banners. It takes you directly to Amazon, where you can just search for whatever Christmas presents you want to buy. And the main thing is that Gazlovis is getting a revenue fee on the things that you're purchasing. So you're doing Christmas shopping as normal, don't have to do anything differently whatsoever. The difference is just that you've gone from Gazlovis to Amazon, means we get a revenue fee on the things that you're buying. But huge success again this year, so a big thank you to everybody for doing their Christmas shopping at Amazon via Gazlovis. There's still loads of time to get Christmas presents through to you, of course. We will continue to plug Christmas shop right way through until Christmas. Right, that said, let's get on with the 11th update then. We're going to just explain about the website we're using. So, once more, as always, it's the CFS 9-monthly forecast from the website metroseal.fa. Find a link to Metroseal on the links page. It is the Midday Run, because we always try and use the same run, for no particular reason other than it stops us being told off for cherry picking. So it runs 4 times a day, midnight, 6 in the morning, midday, and then 6 in the evening, same as with the GFS. And we always use a midday run. I say it's no particular reason, it's always midday run, just that's the one I've picked. And just say it's generated midday yesterday, 21st of November, as well as a 24-hour delay on the charts appearing. Right, we're going to start off on the 10th of December, and we've got high pressure to the south and low pressure to the north. We're bringing in a westerly flow here. That's fairly mild, and there's rain, quite heavy rain probably, coming in across the northern part of the country. We run through to the 11th and on to the 12th, and another area of low pressures coming in, so you're bringing more wet weather here from the 12th into the 13th. That one looks quite active with heavy rain coming across the country as well. Quite tight bars with that one, so it's fairly windy also. That low pressure clearing away late on the 13th, pulls in this colder northwesterly wind. That could bring wintry showers into the north and west, and the winds could be up to gale force there as well. So we're going to a colder phase through the middle part of December. This takes us to the 15th of December, when we've got high pressure building in across the country. That low pressure's gone off up to Scandinavia. More low pressures waiting in the wind zone in the Atlantic. We're under a ridge, so you'll expect quite cold weather with that, and maybe quite frosty as well. So a little bit of a frostier, colder spell there through the middle part of December. They run up to the 16th of December. That high pressure is very quickly on its way out. It's moving into eastern parts of Europe. We're starting to re-establish the flow from the west and the southwest on the 17th. There's probably a band of rain moving in, which could turn winch on its leading edge, of course, but it's introducing milder air for the ice parts back. The air is originating from the Azores, so we've got milder winds starting to push up from the southwest on the 17th. The 18th and into the 19th looks like this. We start running up towards Christmas, and got high pressure again building to the south, low pressure to the north of Scotland. So winds are coming in from the west. It looks mild, fairly dry in the south, would be some wet and windy weather in the north, but there's no sign of blocking on this update tonight. There's no sign of high pressure around Greenland or Scandinavia, so it looks like it's going to be a significantly milder update compared to not only the 10th update, but many of the updates we've been doing actually over the past couple of weeks. Now, the 20th brings a bit of a swipe of cold air down from the northwest on the backside of this area of low pressure, moving in to Scandinavia, so it's a little bit colder, but the flow is still generally coming in off the Atlantic, just a little bit of a colder interlude with that one. So up to 21st of December now, so we're running up towards Christmas most definitely, and we've still got the idea of high pressure being out to the west here on the 22nd of December with low pressure to the east. It looks cold, this update, for much of Scandinavia and Central Eastern Europe, by the way. I know I've got a lot of people viewing from the continent, so this looks much colder for you over in the Central Eastern and Northeastern parts of Europe. But for us, we're still close to this area of high pressure to the southwest of Ireland, so we're still bringing the winds around off the Atlantic. It's coolish, might be a few wintry showers there in the north, but it's nothing at all like that 10th update, and I say several of the updates that we've been doing through this year. So we get to Christmas Eve. This is how Christmas Eve is looking. And we've got high pressure again down to the southwest, low pressure up to the northeast. And again, we're bringing milder air around the top of that high pressure. We may be closer to this ridge, have some coldish nights in the south. But I think overall, a lot of dry weather there and fairly mild temperatures as well. That's how Christmas Day looks for the 11th update. We've got high pressure centred across many western parts of Europe. Again, we're bringing mild air around the top of that high pressure. Does look cold though for many northern, eastern and northeast and central parts of Europe. You're under a cold trough of low pressure, but for us in the UK and for Western Europe, it looks mainly dry and very mild. Temperature potentially there could be up to 10 degrees across the south, so that is quite a mild Christmas Day. And then Boxing Day, no real change. High pressure still to the south, low pressure out to the west, still bringing up this very mild flow from the southwest, so that could see temperatures definitely up into double figures for this update. It's a very, very different update, not only compared to that last update, 10th update, but to many of the updates we've been doing this year. We haven't really had any that are as mild as this, so it is a big change on what we've had. It's telling us, I think, probably that we don't have a trend still from the CFS V2. We go through to the 27th, so beyond Christmas, and we begin to flatten that ridge off, begin to re-establish westerlies, so just turning a little bit more unsettled, but the temperatures are still mild. And then beyond that, running up towards the new year, so this is to the 29th on to the 30th and the 31st, still keeping that high pressure close to southern England, so still stays mainly dry and very mild down there. It's a little bit more unsettled up into the north. And then we go through to New Year's Day. This Sabbath Thursday 2017 is looking, again, the high pressure's over France, still bringing up this milder air from the central part of the Atlantic. So not only do we have a mild, not only do you have mild Christmas, we also have a mild New Year with this update. Again, temperatures could be up to double figures with that. Notice, again, many northeastern and eastern parts of Europe looking much colder under that deep trough of low pressure. And then I'll just run you through the first few days of January. So we tried to turn the winds into the north there on the 2nd. That tries to bring a colder push of air down. May bring some colder air into Scotland, but still this high pressure goes on across France. And then beyond that, we begin to move low pressure back in off the Atlantic. So the first week of January starts to turn significantly more unsettled. And eventually, as we get through to the 9th, on towards the 10th and 11th, it actually starts to look quite stormy, particularly so to Scotland, with risk of severe gales up there. But further south, that high pressure clings on across France, keeping it mostly dry and very mild well into January. Obviously, this is a significantly milder update from the CFS tonight, and it just tells us, A, we probably haven't got a trend, and B, I think generally we have trended a little bit towards the colder side of things with these updates. And just because we've got this very mild update tonight, it doesn't mean that we're not still trending on the colder side of things, actually. It just could be that our default setting, of course, is westerly, southwesterly. So you always expect that we'll be getting milder updates coming through. The basic idea is to see how many of these mild updates you get. For example, if you do, let's say you do 20 updates and 15 are mild and 5 are cold, then clearly you are trending towards the mild side of things. But if you do 20 updates and you've got, say, 13 or 14 that are cold, and then 6 or 7 that are mild, you're on the colder side of things. That's how you have to work these long-range models, particularly CFS D2. So just because we've got a milder update tonight doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way model is going. It could just be random chance, or indeed it could be that the model is shifting that way. But essentially we've just got to wait and see what the next updates show. Will they start to run with this idea of a mild Christmas, or will they revert back to something colder? I've got a feeling they'll probably revert back to something colder in the subsequent updates, but we will see. We'll do the next update, which will be the 12th, on Thursday evening, so come back for that then. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.